Hello, you've reached my little corner of the internet, this is a Flosstube channel, which is a channel all about cross stitching and my journey to stitch all the things. My name is Katie. Today is Monday, July 7th, and this is Flosstube number 24. If you are new here, I look forward to getting to know you. In the more section below, I have multiple ways to get a hold of me. You can email me, you can follow me on Instagram. I have a blog on Blogger. I have my Facebook. I am definitely reachable, and people are reaching out, and I love that. Thank you to each one of you that sends me messages. I really enjoy having conversations. If you are returning, thank you so much for coming back. It's just amazing to watch the subscriber count grow. Last I checked, we have 703. It just blows my mind. I can't believe it. Thank you for subscribing. Thank you for coming back. Thank you for being who you are. I so appreciate this community, and it is a blast to be a part of it. Thank you for welcoming me with open arms. And my brain is all kind of scattered today, so I hope we can make this through. I think after the holiday weekend, my brain's still on vacation, which is pretty much common. The channel's named Jeremiah's Mom because I am Jeremiah's mom. He likes to make weekly appearances. I do my videos on Mondays. I think it's a fun way to look back at what I've stitched since the last Monday. It's how I did my blog for seems like 100 years. So I just figured I might as well do that here. It's so nice to be able to watch my progress. I hope you enjoy it too. See, I have vacation brain. It was a wonderful 4th of July. We live in Indiana, and it was ridiculously hot. So, and we didn't have hardly the amount of people that we normally do for the holiday, and it was okay. It was like, we kept saying, it was quiet, and it was kind of nice, and I think both evenings we kind of just all scattered and spent time in our own air conditioning. So it was like, okay, we'll see you later. I said we'll all be on our air conditioning texting one another, but we had a really nice holiday. We did fireworks on Friday, had a get together and had a meal together, and it was really, really lovely. And at the end, I'll have a video of our grand finale firework. It was fun. We don't go to big fireworks. We just do our own, and sometimes that's better. There's no traffic at the end, which is always nice. I am way behind on videos. I know I've been mentioned by several people, and I can't wait to catch up. One time last week, I celebrated that I was caught up, and I think there's been 100 new videos. So y'all just keep posting. So I will hopefully catch up soon. It was cool. Andrew, the runner stitcher, did a video about mill hills, which made me go down a rabbit hole because he posted a adorable little seagull mill hill, and I said, oh, I have that one. And then I was sitting here and I said, wait a minute, and I checked my inventory app and it said I didn't have it. So I was like, I thought I got that. So I ran to my blog, and I had received it for Christmas one year. So through the stash I go to try to find out where that seagull was. I found it, and a whole bunch of other mill hills that I didn't even have in my app or remember I had. So thank you, Andrew, for posting about that, as I found a million more mill hill that I need to do. I've always been addicted to mill hill. They're really cool, and he did a really neat like walkthrough of how he stitches one. Is really cool. So pop over there and see it. And if you know that I got mentioned, pop over and watch them. I appreciate it. Thank you so much. I did see Crossed by Floss and Ditzy Daisy Crafts shouted me out again. Thank you so much, ladies. I really appreciate and I love both your channels, so I look forward to watching. Thank you for mentioning me again. It really means a lot. I got several new subscribers because of you. One lady's watching me from the beginning and commenting on each. It's really cute because she says, from the future, and I'm really enjoying seeing what she's comments. The comments are really wonderful, so please, if you're here and just lurking in the shadows, I would love to know, what brings you here, what's going on. I think that is just so much fun, and I really enjoy interacting. I think I say that every time, so I'm pretty sure you know that by now. It was a busy week. I feel like I didn't get hardly any stitching done. I only worked on 4 different whips. But anyway, on Tuesday I had a wonderful Zoom with Stitching Al, Karen, Twitchy Stitcher, another Karen, Laura from Stitching by the Shore, and Mary from Mary Stitching Corner. It was a smaller group this time, and that's okay because it feels like it's just friends getting together. And then when I watch some Flosstube videos, I feel like I'm stitching with you, so it almost feels like a Zoom, even though when I talk, they don't answer, which I do. I talk to my phone all the time, or my tablet when I'm watching them, and I have conversations. Just nobody ever answers me. So, let's see. I have some haul to explain later, which I'll blame on everybody else except for myself. Like I said, I have a life update, but let's go ahead and jump into what I worked on last week. And so we'll see the 4 whips. On Monday, I worked on Yggdrasil. Oh, sorry. I didn't leave time for the woo. What was I thinking? I will talk about that one later because I worked on it again. On Tuesday, I started along the nesting boxes.
What again?
Yeah, the Yggdrasil. Now there's 2. I pulled out Along the Nesting Boxes, which is by Jardin Prive. Here it is. Yeah, I better get that. Okay. It's a French piece, so there's a real name to it too. I'm pretty sure it's on the image on the screen. I'm not even gonna try. When I looked up the English translation, it's Along the Nesting Boxes. I saw this one on Instagram and had to have it right away. The idea is you can break it into monthly pieces. So if you break it down into 2 fence posts and all the stuff, you can work on it all year. So I've really been enjoying that a lot. Every month I pick it up and add those 2 fence posts, all the stuff in the middle. I guess I won't even show you the before because it looks, minus this month. It's almost bigger than my board. But here it is now. So as you can see, like, this is the January portion. And then February. So I finished July. So Tuesday I added 500 stitches. On Wednesday I added 468. On Thursday I added 246 and finished it. So the July section took me 3 days, and it's 1,214 stitches. And the whole thing now has 9,266 stitches. And I just absolutely love it. And the fabric is 32 count Platinum Lugana, and I'm doing it 2/2. And this was my New Year, New Start. And look at that adorable fish. So I got to use this for the I Spy and Stitching by the Shore. The prompt for number 1 was fish. And I said this one has an adorable little fish on it. I also used it for the acrostic and monthly magazine challenge for S because of the sun. And I don't remember. Hang on, let me check. What was the acrostic? It was Woolies. So the S in Woolies was the sun. So that's all I've plugged in so far. And I worked on this while I was at the Zoom because it's really easy to do. I'm pretty sure I was working on the fence post by then. And it's just really nice. And another nice thing about this one is I put it away and I don't get like bored working on it because now it'll go away and it won't come out until the beginning of August. And by then I've forgot what the next piece is going to look like. Which actually right now I don't remember what the next piece is going to look like. It's just really fun to work on. So that was Tuesday to Thursday. After I finished that up for the month, I pulled out Jeremiah's spin from last week. I have a tiny decision wheel with all of my whips and some new starts. And he spun, he spins at least once, or I get fired. People complain if he doesn't spin. So last week he spun Rainbow Dragon, which is one of my pain-free crafts. This artwork is by Bonitta Doodles. I absolutely love this. Look at those colors. It's just absolutely amazing. I started this one January 1st of 2022. I am using 32 count Lambswool Jobelan. I am doing 1/1. I had to check my notes. 1/1 complete X for this. And I forgot to say, I have 27 days now until Along the Nesting Boxes. This one I have 36 days. I do keep track of what days, and starting, I wonder when. See, I start saying all these things and then I forget. Let's see. In August of 2023, I started keeping track of my stitches. Counting my stitches. I use a little handheld row counter, a tally counter, and that's how I keep track of my stitches. I'm a paper pattern person, so I don't use the fancy pattern keeper markup. I'm old-fashioned. I've been stitching now for like 28 years, and it's just what works for me. So anyway, so that's why I know how many stitches and how many days. I thought it was interesting. I had worked on a piece that people say, well, how long did it take you? And I was like, well, it took me 7 years, but I put away for a whole bunch of years, so that it was really inaccurate. So this is definitely easier to keep track of. Anyway, I'm rambling today. Here is Rainbow Dragon. I didn't even say here. Here she was before. I'm gonna fire myself. And this is the second take even, so I'm not starting again. The colors are absolutely amazing on this one. I love working on it. She said, Bonitta Doodles said, I think that's what her name she goes by on Instagram. She said she does all of her doodling in colored pencils. So then the colors are just absolutely amazing. Here it is now. I do the parking method, so that's why the threads are hanging. You can see where I added some, and it's a joy to work on. So this is day 36 on this. I added 172 stitches. And I was trying to think about it. This is the end of this page, and I don't know where I'm going to go from here. I might do the blue horn. This is a pain-free crafts with no background. And those throw me off because the typical, you go from the page 1, then you go to page 2, and this one there's choices, and I'm like, what? So it really throws my brain off. You can go here, you can't go here, but I think that horn needs to be finished next. Who knows? So that was Jeremiah's spin, and when he spun it, I was like, I don't want to work on it. And the nice thing about that is I do, if he spins it, I listen. If I spin it, I just keep spinning until I get what I want to get. But when he spins it, I'm like, oh, he spun it. So I actually stick with it. And she was such a joy to work on, so that was really cool. So I guess the random spin is kind of nice. Okay, and that was Thursday. Oh, and I used her for I Spy number 5, Something with Teeth, because she's showing off her vicious teeth. Then on Friday, I took a break from Extraordinary Bird Sal, and I pulled out Colorful Eagle, which is by Kitty and Me. Here's what it's going to look like. It is so cool. I get so many compliments on this one. He just looks so mean and grouchy, which I don't blame him. I pulled it out for 4th of July. I'm so close to finished with this one. I really need to stick with it. If other pieces would just settle down and stop asking for attention, that would be great. Here it was before. I am using, the notes are gone, 32 count Silver Moon Lugana. I am doing this 2/2. I did make one change. I changed the number 8 braid Kreinik 002 to number 4 braid 221. The sections are all outlined in Kreinik. And then you stitch the inside like a coloring book. It's really fun. And here's where it looks now. I changed the braid because it was suggested on 28 count, and I wanted to do 32 count. So as you can see, I just did more fill-in. So I am almost ready to do more of the Kreinik outline. And I look at those eyes. I just love working on this one. And look how close I am. I need to get it back out. I have 21 days into it now. On the 4th, on Friday, I only added 30 because I felt like I should be outside visiting with people that were here. On Saturday, evidently, it was hot and I didn't care anymore, so I added 278. It did get very hot, and that's when everybody kind of divided and started hanging out in their own air conditioning. So it was 308 total. And I really just love working on that one a lot. Then my last whip for the week is Yedrasil. Woo! That's Jeremiah's favorite piece, as you can tell. Here's what it's going to look like. It is by Paine Free Crafts. The artwork is by Stokes. It is not available to purchase anymore. I am so glad I got it when I did. I was looking for a Norse Viking themed piece, and this one was the one that had to be. It is his favorite. It is also my largest whip. He's demanding it to be done, and I said, I just hope that it gets done in my lifetime. I hope so. I'm using this for hashtag whip in a shape, which is the Runner Stitchers Challenge. He just finished 9 weeks of his preparing for a marathon. He is going to run a marathon in Australia. I cannot wait to follow his journey to that. That is just amazing. As of yesterday, he has ran 279.2 miles. Andrew, I tell you this every week, but you, sir, are crazy. So the challenge is for us to stitch 10 stitches for every mile. So far I needed 2,792 stitches. And like I said, this is as of yesterday. I have done 2,035. So I was only 757 behind, and he's still running. So I'm getting more behind. So here is an image that shows where it was the beginning of the challenge. And like I said, because of this challenge, I have done 2,035 stitches. That's amazing. Thank you so much, Andrew, for the push on this. I am using 32 count Lambswool 1/1 Complete X. It is still in the Q-snap because I'm planning on working on it today again. So you just get to see this. And it's just amazing. On Sunday, I got 173 added. This is day 40. And I just love it. The details. That dragon is popping out and the border. It's just absolutely beautiful. I have this opening of 500 more stitches until I get down to the background. The background is all 310 until down in about the middle. I get to start the top of the tree. And I know it's going to be confetti, but I'm looking forward to seeing the greens. I just can't wait. And I do parking method. I also do page by page, typewriter across the whole page. I think that's all. There's so much information to give on these. And I think I actually did pretty good about the whip into shape. I might be learning. About the time the challenge is done, I'll have figured this out. Like I said, I did not work on the Lola Crow. Part 7 has just been released of the Extraordinary Bird Sow. Here is what it looks like. And I think I remember they were stinky birds. I haven't done all the reading about it yet. So that's really cool. This is feature 7, and I am just now on feature 3. I didn't write that one down, so I could be wrong. Let me see. I'm pretty sure I just got to start on 3. Yeah, just started 3, so I'm behind on that too. You'll notice that a lot. I'm behind on Flosstube. I'm behind on Andrew's challenge. I'm behind, but that's okay. I want to stitch all the things. I can't stitch all the things because I get new things and start that. I'm happy though. I just really feel out of behind and I can't do it all at the same time. So this week's plans. They started Tour de France and Whip Warriors, which is really neat. My first time doing that. Whip Warriors is a closed group. It will open the end of the year. If you get a chance, you should join. The only reminder about that one is it's participation based, so you do have to participate, but there is so many different challenges and easy ways to earn points so that you have enough. I think you needed like 15. I have like 50, and it's just really fun. So the Tour de France is going on right now. The lady in charge posts at 8 o'clock in the evening Eastern time how much we have to do by 8 o'clock p.m. the next day. It's really fun. If you don't get enough stitches, then you don't get that day, but you can join in the next day. So it's really enjoyable. The first day, I don't even have that wrote down. I think we needed, I really don't. I think we needed 100, and yesterday we needed like 200, so it was really not bad. She said it can be anywhere from 11 stitches to 220 or something, so it's really not too bad. And like I said, if you miss a day, it's no big deal. I think if you participate every time, you get 5 extra points. But anyway, I know I have that going on. Let me see. There's a word game in Whip Warriors, which they give like a crossword puzzle or something like that, and you keep track of your stitches, and it's how many words you found in the puzzle. It's just really fun. The Peppermint Purple Sal, this is the second week, so I'll add weeks 27 and 28 to that. And Lola Crow Part 8 comes out. I guess that's kind of plans. So that's things that are coming up this week. I will be right back. Okay. I'm talking about plans. I'm going to get my spinner. Oh, hang on a second. Okay, I had to get my spinner, and then he got a leg cramp, and it was all kinds of things. Yeah. So he's here now. Here's the whip wheel. Get a good one. Oh,
Summer Quaker.
That is a good one. That's Primrose Cottage. I've been wanting to start that, so now I have a perfect excuse. Awesome. I can blame him. It's always fun when you can blame somebody else.
I get blamed for pretty much everything.
He does. Yeah. When I'm stitching, I'll be like, okay, which direction do you want me to go? I'm going to write that down because I'll forget, even though it's like literally right there. Okay. I'll say, which way do you want me to go? And he'll say, go right. And I'll be like, I really wanted to go down. He puts up with me. I appreciate it.
Usually my fault.
Yeah. I don't remember. I don't know. I thought I was going to ask you a question, and then I forgot what the question was. Did you have a fun 4th?
Yeah.
Did you enjoy the fireworks?
Yeah. Yeah, they were really neat. You'll see a video at the end.
Hey, I'll wait. I'll do it now since we're talking about it. How do you say? Watch this.
Go. Run, Forrest. Point it the right direction.
Okay. Now you're back. That is the grand finale. Yeah. My dad asked the fireworks guy, what do you do for the grand finale? And that was really cool.
Yeah.
It was really so bright. I said, I'm pretty sure you could have read a book while that was going. It looked like a peacock tail. Yeah. And it was just boom, boom, boom. My uncle got 5-inch mortars. I think he got 40, and they're the ones that go way up in the sky and blow up.
As he calls them, he got big boomers.
The big boomers. Yeah. And then now we have live. Anyway, this is live. Yeah, and another family member got fountains. Yeah. So it was a beautiful mix. It was really nice.
Yeah. That was fun.
Oh, we got shirts for Mingo. Shirts for Mingo. Jeremiah has
Snailed it.
snailed it. That's that's perfect. And I have, please cancel my subscription to your issues. It's horrible.
Yeah.
I like your snailed it.
Yeah.
I think you might win today.
Yeah.
Okay. Good. Mine's kind of mean.
Mine's laziness.
Yours is, yeah.
Mm-hmm. I do have laziness.
You do have laziness.
Yeah.
Okay.
Hi, everyone.
All right. And Adelaide.
And Adelaide.
And all them.
And the fans.
All the fans.
Yeah. Fans.
The ego is getting really strong.
The fans.
Okay, now we're all out of order.
The question is, do I mean fans like people, or do I mean fans like actual fans?
Right now, with the heat that Indiana's been having,
hide all the actual fans.
We thank the AC. Thank you, AC. Thank you, ceiling fans. So thank you to all. Yeah, it cooled down this morning, and I opened all the windows because I was like, finally we could open the windows, and then immediately afterwards I was like, okay, I regret that. So hurry, shut the windows. Okay, so that was life, and now I guess we'll do haul. I know it's kind of out of order, but if you've watched me for any length of time, this is me. Last week in the mail, I got the Just Cross Stitch Halloween issue, which was so funny. I was looking up online because I saw pictures of him, like 1, 2, 3 Stitch had the issue. And I said, I don't remember, do we get that with the subscription? And it said all over online that we don't get it. So I had it in my cart to buy. And then I thought, well, I'm going to wait and see, because I was waiting for this other piece to come out that, of course, I needed. And then I walked out to the mailbox and I had it. So evidently it's a good thing I didn't order it. If you haven't seen this, here's kind of a sneak peek. Absolutely love it. When I was at the stitching store in Fort Wayne, which is Stitch and Frame, the Butch, the guy who does the framing, he does perfect framing. I guess Just Cross Stitch sent some pieces to him to be framed. So that was really cool. So he asked if we wanted a sneak peek, and I said, well, of course. He had done this one, and it was so beautiful in person. I said, oh, I'm so glad he showed me. I really am going to have to stitch that. And he did a few other ones I don't remember, but I know he did this one, and it was just so gorgeous in person. And it's so beautiful even in the magazine. I was flipping through and I was like, there's like 15 that I would like to do, which is just, I'll show you the page, the project gallery page that shows them all. And I just, look at these. They did such a good job. And I know I've got this years before, and I'm just like, nah. But I want to stitch this one, and this one, and this one, and this is too cute. Like, they're just so cute. This one Jeremiah and me both really like. That is just adorable. Let me see. Get this other page. They are just so amazing this year. Look at the Biscornio. Look at that is just so cute. The faces on this one is just adorable. It's kind of a Quaker. This 3D one is really cool. Look at the face on that one. There are just so many beautiful ones. But a witch and a dream catcher. I mean, how can I not? So that's just what I needed, is more projects. And then, because of peer pressure or enabling or y'all, it's all your fault. I was watching Laura Stitching by the Shore. She did like a recap of her projects and things she wanted to work on the rest of the year, which was really, really neat. She had this one, and I paused the video and went and threw it in my cart right away. It's Jardin Prive Happy Halloween Pumpkin Party. Oh my gosh, that is beautiful. She has all this part done and the start of the pumpkins. So I said, well, I have to have that thanks to you. And when I was getting that one, I saw another Jardin Prive Halloween I'm Stitching. So I sent her a picture and I said, hey, do you have this one? And she said, oh, that's really cute. And I said, well, I'm getting the other one so you can get this one and we can have a stitch along. And we can have a hashtag blame each other Sal. So I don't know, Laura, are you in? That is just adorable. I love the cauldron. And yeah. And then there was also doing a sale on Christmas patterns. So I had this Erin Eizabeth in my cart, not my cart, my shopping wish list. Gosh, for a long time. So you can't get two. You have to get more than two. Save on shipping. So I got it too. My husband went, you had to save on shipping. I go, yeah. So now I have not only the huge stash that I already have of things that are driving me crazy, not only all my whips that are driving me crazy, now new stuff that's driving me crazy. So if I wasn't already crazy enough, trust me, it's getting worse by the day. So I have all the plans. I have all the starts. When I get to start summer Quaker, that's really cool. I really, really want to start my long dog. It's screaming for attention. The colorful eagle wants to be finished. All of those, all of the new pieces. That's why my channel, the goal is to stitch all the things. So come back next Monday. Who knows what I will have worked on. Hopefully a lot of stuff. I started writing down my weekly totals of my stitching just because I was totally curious. And I got 1,898 this last week. But I looked like the week before, I had 2,268. The week before that, I had 2,959. The week before that, I had 3,272. So I really didn't feel like I got a lot of stitching. And then looking at it that way, I didn't. So I get to just be lazy all week and stitch all week, right? Can you tell the dog that and life that? Like, no eating, no walking the dog. Jeremiah has to just take care of himself. I'm on strike. I just must stitch. So anyway, I think I'm gonna leave. I have a million Flosstubes to watch and evidently a lot of stitching to do. It's always enjoyable to be here, but then I start rambling and I get please love yourself. You deserve it. Find all the reasons you can to smile and laugh. You deserve that too. Reach out if you need somebody. Like I said at the beginning, I'm very reachable. There's multiple ways in the description below. I also put the descriptions of what I've been working on and what fabric and stuff. If you have any questions, just ask. If you also need any tips, just ask. I just ask whatever you need to ask. Thank you for tuning in. See you next Monday. Love yourself. Good luck stitching all the things. Bye.